Here we go with another podcast of the A5 family. Another special guest, my boy Beef. Y'all probably know him as Keith Smith, but uh, I sat here on purpose so y'all can see his jersey back there. See how I lean sideways right there, pop up. See that 4-1? Yeah, that's
Yes,
Beefy
sir.
right there, man. Yeah, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is Beef, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, bro.
No, it's a blessing, man. I appreciate the opportunity to get on with my dog, man. It's been a minute, there's a little distance between us, but I mean, hopefully I'm gonna be in Dallas soon with the fam, you know what I'm saying? We actually just took a trip out there back in May. I think I had hit you up
Yeah, we
about
just missed you. Yeah, we was in California.
yeah, but my lady Amanda, she loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I knew she was going to. And you've met her before, and when we came last time, but she didn't really get to explore Dallas like that. So, um, I mean, this recent trip was like the first time we actually got to do stuff with the kids and everything and really just explore. And it was a little nostalgic for me just being back in the area, you know what I'm saying? It seems like it keeps pulling me back that way. You know, my oldest daughter, Aubrey, she's 45 minutes out that way. So there's a big potential that we're gonna end up there when I call it quits officially.
Yeah, man. See, look, we can look right here. See the podcast behind me too? That's co-host right there, right up the street,
Yeah.
man. We can get it
Facts.
cracking for sure. But
Facts.
you start talking about Dallas and your lady and the kids, but man, let's bring it all the way back, man, to like let's just say high school, man. Like tell them where you from, like where you grew up. Um, Big high school, small high school. Did you three-sport athlete? I think that's the most you can do. It's different in California, so I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, just talk about growing up and the high school you went to, and what sports did you play in there?
Yeah, nah, so Covina, California, it's a small city, like right outside of Los Angeles, probably like 45 minutes from downtown, inland. They like to call it the IE, even though we're not technically the IE, we're like right in between, but um, it was just very quiet city. I mean, it's still Los Angeles, so it's probably a lot more busy than other spots, but my high school, I went to a public high school. It was pretty, it was about, I want to say it was like 2,000 kids at our school. Maybe no, excuse me, 4,000 kids. So it was
Man, that's a
about,
lot of kids.
yeah, so it was pretty big high school. We was the big dogs in the area, especially in football. So just growing up, I was one of the homegrown products. Went through the whole system. It's called Charter Oak High School. My coach, he's like a legend out that way. Rest in peace. Big Louis Farrar. He had like over 300 career wins, five five C so like you said, Cali football is a lot different. It's
I was waiting
Cali's so
for
big. Yeah,
it.
Cali's so big. So like there's top dogs in like every area, right?
Every
And
year,
then
yeah.
everybody plays each other, and then you just work the ranks till you get a state championship, right? But it's so big that a lot of teams kind of fall under the radar. Like even us, we went undefeated. My senior, no, we went undefeated my junior year and didn't make state. We went we beat pretty much everybody my senior year and didn't make state. But I mean, it's like when you're in a different division, like it's complicated, bro. And now it's even different. Like it's baffling, bro. Like I was following my high school last year, and they were like I want to say they ended the season like 2-11 or
Don't tell
three
me
and
they still went to the playoffs.
bro, they went to the championship. They went to the champion. They ended
Hey,
up
they
in
just got better over the year, man. That's what happened.
right. I'm saying, hey, like my coach wanted me to tell them like some words of wisdom and everything. I'm like, look what y'all been through, man. Y'all,
Hey,
like,
look,
you know what I'm saying? Like all that adversity, like
y'all did
now it's when it
it.
counts. You know what I'm saying? But they went into the state champion. I mean, not the state championship. They went into the section championship at like with a losing record, bro. It was crazy.
That's
It was
wild.
it was funny though, but just goes to show like how much different like the rankings and stuff is
Right.
in California. But yeah, so I mean I really didn't even play anything else. I literally was football from the get. I tried out for the baseball team my freshman year, ain't make it. And
Hey, baseball ain't me either, man.
yeah, so I mean I played baseball most of my life, but then I stopped in like sixth grade because it got boring. You know, it was, compared to football, like it's
It's real,
boring.
yeah, for
You know,
sure.
too slow, and I was just a Madden. I don't even remember what the games were back in our days, but playing Madden all day and Tech Mobile, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
So so it was like football or die. But I tried out for the baseball team my freshman year, didn't make it. So I was just stuck to football strictly and then played that all 4 years. I mean, our coach used to have us do track just so we stayed out of
Stay,
trouble.
or stay in
Right.
shape for football.
Well, not only that, yeah, but really it was to stay out of trouble because you give kids time, and you never know what they're gonna get into, right?
No,
So
for sure.
yeah, it was smooth though. My junior and senior year were like my big years of ball, like most. Actually, my transition from junior to senior year was crazy. Like physically, I gained like 30 pounds and I was just wrecking stuff.
So how much
My
did you weigh?
mm.
Because Tyrone came on the show, a couple of weeks ago, and this dude was running the ball like Derrick Henry in high school. So
No,
like
he was like running back.
you play running back. You
Oh
gotta
my
you gotta
God.
check out the episode, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This dude said he was playing running back and all that tight end. Then he gets
Yeah,
to
no.
college and he switched to D tackle. He just like, oh,
I
no,
mean,
okay.
I can't even imagine him playing running back because that's a big ass like.
Right.
But I played linebacker pretty much strictly. And I played a little tight end in different packages and then fullback too on offense, but not really much. But I was like 205 my junior year, and then senior year I was like 225, 230. And
Okay. Yeah.
so like I had a good little off season. I was lifting good, and then also going through that little growth spurt as well, like helped too. But I just kind of gained my strength, my man strength, and then kind of propelled me into going into college, and then coming out. I have like hella offers, and when I had like my biggest offer was Colorado, University of Colorado, but that was kind of far at the time. They weren't in Pac-12 at the time, so it was like from a perspective of my family being able to see me play. Like
Mhm.
they played all, I think it was Big Ten schools, so it was like we had no Cali games, and I just wanted to be a little closer to home. So San Jose had came on strong like late in the process, and I took a trip out there, and we had a hell of a time on that
Yeah.
official visit, boy. I'm telling you,
Yeah, that's how they
I'm,
get you. They know how to get the ones because I feel like everyone
exactly.
don't have the same trips. And like
Yeah,
I feel like I went to Iowa with another dude, right? And I and
yeah,
we headed back. And I looked at
right.
him, I was like, bro, last night was crazy. He looked at me like, bro, what did you do?
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm just like, oh, maybe I just had a cool host, which was Micah Hyde. Same for
Oh, okay.
Astoria, and
Yeah.
we went to a club a couple times, like two different clubs, I guess I could say. And then
Iowa got clubs.
man, tell me about it. And then I go back and I'm trying to hear their stories. Like obviously we're still in high school, so we like, they
Right.
just like, yeah, I went to bed, went to sleep. I'm just like,
That
oh,
was
okay.
it.
All right. Then I was like, I might be coming here.
Right.
They
Right.
put me with somebody, or they probably told Michael like, hey man, show him a good time. And they told the other guy, like,
Yeah.
hey, you go. But
Did
no,
you take
no,
any other officials?
no, that was my only one. It was one and done. They know what they was doing. I didn't even
Word,
need no
that's
more.
funny.
I mean, but
That's
at the same time though, I didn't really had like other choices because they offered me on Monday. I think signing was Wednesday.
oh
So
damn, so it was
so I
last
went,
minute.
yeah. So I was on my way to Akron. I was fully committed. Like Akron whole coaching staff was like in our kitchen eating dinner and having
Yeah,
conversation. Like it was already
yeah,
like I was there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then in Iowa calls literally the next day. I was like, well, we had some stuff go down. We had a couple guys had to leave the university. Da 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 da. We had a scholarship open up. We want to bring you out. You know,
Wow.
and
Wait,
I'm
wait. So you took a trip on like a couple day notice?
oh, it was 48 hours maybe.
Dang, that's lit.
I was in my head, I was going to Akron. That's like saying you're going to a
Yeah,
Mac and then a Big Ten school call.
right, right, right. Yeah, it's
I
kind
gotta,
of a no-brainer.
I have to see what it's about at least. So
Right,
yeah, I
facts.
go ahead and take that trip. Long story short, I'm signing. Akron people call back and they're just cussing, yelling. I don't even know who the coach is, and hopefully he don't see this. And I don't
Yeah.
know. They're not coaching no more. So they literally they got fired the next year. So it was just like the perfect situation that I did go to Iowa, but
Yeah.
it was
So you gonna be up there with Jay March.
I would have been. I didn't even think
That
about that. I would
that
have
would have
been.
been crazy.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because he was like a 4 year dude or whatever if he
Yeah, yeah,
redshirted.
yeah. And honestly, I think we would because we talked. Matter of fact, I think we talked about that because I think he played the same position I would have played. I think they
Yeah,
call it like
yeah.
a rover, like linebacker, safety. You come in a box, you can drop back. Because Iowa recruited me as a safety. Like I didn't play
Oh, okay.
linebacker. I played a little bit in high school, but I didn't really play it until like my what was it? It was my freshman year of college. But it was the end of it. I came in as a safety.
Oh,
Then they switched me
oh,
to running back.
what? You was
Yeah,
small?
yeah, I was like one. That's why I asked you, was you big? Because I'm just like, bro, where's all these big kids coming from? Tyrone is
Yeah,
280, or not really
right.
280, 250, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm 175, 170.
Coming up. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy. Now your neck alone weighs 175. So yeah.
I think I maxed out at like 180, maybe 180 something.
In high school, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
maxed out. Yeah. So I was a safety. Like that's the safety weight. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe get
Yeah.
to 210, 205, and I'm playing safety.
Yep. That's
Man,
wild.
yeah. When I get to college, man, they done moved me to from safety to running back because too many people got hurt. Too many people got hurt at linebacker. So I went to linebacker on the size. And then
Damn. Well,
ever
so
since then,
when did you get like your op in that
Kirksey,
stuff
you talking about high school or college?
in college?
Kirksey got hurt. Kirkle.
What? Y'all
I'm
played the same position?
listen to this story, right? So look, I come in as a safety. Chris comes in at linebacker. We click from day one. Like, damn, I've been knowing this dude for 10 years. You
Yeah.
know, uh,
Yep.
a little event happens in his life. I ain't gonna share it until he comes on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
no. I
Uh,
know.
bam, he has to go. He comes back. And like I'm like, look, bro, I'm here for you. Da, da, da. No, I'm rocking with you and all that. So we just kicking it, and we learning the playbook together, everything.
Right.
So somebody get hurt in the linebacker room. Very next week, they like, hey, Hitch, I'm thinking I'm about to go to linebacker. No, they move another kid up and they move me to running back. So I'm just, I'm like, hey, come on, man. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm playing scout team running back. These tagging me. Boom, boom. I'm just like, come on, bro. Y'all, this is
This
not for
ain't
me.
it.
Like I
Right.
know y'all see me, just like. So I start lowering my head. Like, look. And then the people on defense like, come on, bro, you just got to running back. Give us a look. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I went back and I was like telling the coach, was like, bro, I'm not about to get hit. If they about to tee off on me because they had a bad practice yesterday, look,
Right.
I'm about to hit them back. That's just facts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so now I'm
That's
running
in
the
their
ball and
DNA.
I'm low on my shoulder. They was like, maybe we should move this guy to linebacker.
Right. He liked
In
to
my
hit.
head, that's what I thought in my head. Maybe I'm sure they had a different conversation, but in my head, I feel like that's why. And
No,
then
that's usually how it goes.
and I was still redshirted at this time. So the first 3 weeks, maybe 1 week up to the safety, maybe a week or two out that running back, and then
Yeah.
they moved me to linebacker. Eventually, Chris goes down on a kickoff, and he gets like blindside, boom, knocked out the game.
Oh, concussed.
Yeah. So next week, I'm running down on kickoff for him. So I'm like, damn, Chris was the reason why they pulled my red shirt. I was red shirted. He runs down on kickoff. He gets,
Oh, you was redshirting that year.
yeah. So I'm just all these reps I'm talking about a safety and linebacker or safety and running back. I was all on scout team. So I was
Oh,
red
okay.
shirted.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and then Chris get hurt. And then they moved me to linebacker. And then I'm playing. I'm running down on kickoff. But at the
Wow.
time, I really didn't really know if I was a linebacker or a safety. They just needed somebody to fill his spot on special teams. So I
Yeah.
think I really came up on the special teams side, and I was running
Okay.
down. And then eventually they was like, "We moving you to linebacker," because then in the bowl
You
game,
you was out there making plays on teams?
honestly, I don't think I was. I knew my job. I knew my assignment. I was like,
Yeah.
look, I'm just gonna learn my like what to do. you
Right.
know. And I do remember they used to always try to double team either the three or something. Even Versace used to teach us this.
Right, right.
You attack the pinner or the guy, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
did that in college a couple of times, honestly. And that's
Dang.
what we was taught in college. And then I don't know, coach is just like, okay, he's aggressive enough to play defense. And then
Oh,
sure
that's
enough,
lit.
yeah, that was on defense. And I've been on linebacker ever since. And when Chris came back, they actually was like, Chris had to move to an outside linebacker so I can play linebacker. So
Yeah,
we all was on the field at the same time because they was like, look,
yeah.
we keeping both of you
How
guys on the
how
field.
how can we utilize everybody?
Right, right. And he was more athletic. He's longer, he's lengthier. So they put him more in space and kept me in a box. And then we had James Morris too. We had a good
Oh
linebacker
yeah.
core. Yeah, it was all three of us that played. Like from I played a little
He,
bit as a
he played a
freshman.
couple years in the league, right?
Yeah, James Morris, he played like 3 or 4 years in the league. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Patriots.
I
He played
remember.
I think a year with the Giants and then the Patriots. Yeah. He was
Oh,
with the
okay, yeah.
Cowboys for a little stint too.
With us?
Yeah, in training camp.
Okay, man, man,
It, it might have been
if
our
I
last
if I
last
seen him, I
year.
probably remember. I definitely remember his name, like who he was,
Hmm.
uh, just from y'all talking about him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if I seen him, I definitely remember
Oh
Tom. You
no,
know,
for
bro. You know how many people we play with, and then
like
just like that.
it's
Like,
like
bro, it's crazy. Like, especially the little pro athlete conference that I've been going to recently. Like, I'll see people that I'm like, why you look familiar? And then like I'll look their bio up or whatever, and then
yeah.
they was in training camp for a couple weeks, or you know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
like,
Like
dang,
I
it's
seen you
crazy.
before, man. But
Yeah,
speaking of that, that's a perfect topic right there. You talking about people coming and going. Talking about
yeah,
your experience with the Cowboys in general, bro. Like I meant to look this up, but I always told myself I'm never taking no notes. I want to hear from the person. But how many
yeah.
times have you been cut? Because you came in the lead. Just think about that. You came in the lead as linebacker. We was
Right,
right next
right.
to each other. Like we was came in together, learning together,
Transitions,
being dumb together,
right?
everything. So it's like we was learning the ropes like together, me, you, and Will. So it's
Yeah,
like
fact.
how like how many like you've been cut so many times and you still ended up what? Would you play 9 years? 10?
Yeah, last year was 10, so I got my
So you got 10 years. I bet you've been cut 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
how is that even possible? Like for myself, I only been cut once and I didn't even play 10 years. Like,
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So what was the attitude you had in that?
No, I mean, and a lot of people ask me about that, but I always cherish that just that experience because it kind of prepped me for everything that came after. You know what I'm saying? Like especially coming in with and going through all that adversity, being a bubble guy and getting cut and re-signed and being at I was on the couch at home for I want to say 4 months after our rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Like I played that year a good amount like I want to say I got 12 games our rookie year on the active roster. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
like even though I was getting cut and released often, I still got a good amount of play time and I made some tackles, some plays, and then they go on and draft
Hmm.
Damian and Mark. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah. Hmm.
so it was like, and then that was when they had released me completely and I was at home. So like just training twice a day. I was literally I was training twice a day and watching Game of Thrones. Like binging Game of Thrones. Like that was
Yeah.
my routine, bro. Like just locked in, like at my mom's house. And I'll never forget. I mean, I knew that like if I got a call, when I got that call, like I was gonna be ready. And then I don't know if you remember, but I came back when Cam Lawrence got hurt the following training camp, and I think it was like week 1 or 2 of training camp, and Basaccia had brought me back, and they made me work out, run a 40 after just playing in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is disrespectful, but I was like, whatever. Like I did it. The dude who worked out with me too, he was out of shape. Like, bruh
Yeah.
couldn't even finish. We doing that fluke drill, the shuffle,
Sprint
run,
back.
sprint. Oh my gosh. I'm talking we dog tired, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I had been working, so I was in solid shape, but I was like moving, you know what I'm saying? I came back stronger, faster than I was,
Mhm.
hungrier, you know what I'm saying? So after the workout, Versace comes up to me, pulls me aside, and he's like, Beef. He's like, Beef, what the fuck are you on? And I'm like, he's like, are you shooting up the needle, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, what? Y'all did this to me. I'm like, yeah, y'all sent me home.
It's
So
y'all fault.
yeah, and then I had a good ass preseason that year, and then made the team out of the gate, um, in comparison to the year before. And so
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, lit. Like I'm in here, you know what I'm saying? Week 1 with my dog Hitch, everybody,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we out here. And then that was the year that I think was it D-Law? One of the OGs had got suspended for 4 games.
Yeah, I think it was. It was like, yeah. Uh-huh. Or
Was
maybe it
it
was
D-Law?
either him or Rolando.
Yeah, it was one of them had got suspended for the first 4 games, and then after that, I was the guy that they cut to get whoever back on the roster.
Correct.
So then it was back to square one, and then
So he was
I
on the
was
roster until they
doing
came
my
back from suspension and then they released you.
yeah, exactly. And then I was on my college hitch joint, killing on special team. I mean, killing on scout team.
Yeah.
And that's when they had approached me with the transition. But like I said, I always cherish like all the adversity going up front because it was kind of like I had nothing to lose at that point. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
It was
Kind
like,
of like your high school was a perfect example, man. Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that is like a
I'm
perfect
I'm
example.
I'm gonna get it out of the mud, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what ended up being my mentality. And then going into that following year, I just had the biggest chip on my shoulder you could ever have. You know what I'm saying? Like I was ready to prove everybody like I really like don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
and I think that's what a lot of dudes do in the league is they play. I mean, I say that from experience. That's what I did my first 2 years was like playing not to mess up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
Walking on eggshells and just letting everything affect me. And then once you just play freely and get rid of that mentality, it was like,
Right.
man, now I'm actually having fun out here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's when my career really started to flourish, was when I actually started having fun again.
Right.
Blasting people, I like once I'll tell you the turning point for me mentally was in OTAs, that my our third year, when I had made the transition fully, because they had approached me, GB, rest in peace, uh talked
Yeah,
to
shout
me,
out to GB for sure.
right, that's tragic, bro. But he had approached me after practice one of the day, or during practice. He was like, "Hey, can you handle the running back room?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Stop playing," like thinking he joking, because
Yeah,
GB was a jokester. So,
right.
and he was like, straight face, like, "No, I'm serious." He like, "What's
Hmm.
up?" And I was like, "I mean, sure." Like, and then Garrett called me into the office like that off season, and he was like, "We're gonna put you full time at fullback." And I wasn't even the favorite at that time. It was Rod Smith,
Hmm.
so it was like, okay, like I still got an uphill battle, but it was like the turning point for me was in OTAs when we was learning all this stuff. Like I'm learning pass protection and all this
Man,
new language, right?
foreign language, yeah, for
Spanish.
sure.
It sounds like Spanish, but I'm learning it, right. And then Witten comes up to me, and while we're like getting ready to go on the field and everything, and he's like, "What you got on 2 Jet?" And I was like, I was like, Mike to safety, blah, blah, or whatever.
Hmm.
And he was like, nah, fuck that. That was way too slow. He was like, you don't got that much time to think out there on the field. And he was like,
Ooh.
you gotta learn this shit like the back of your hand, bro. He was like,
Hmm.
and he was like, these dudes are giving you an opportunity to to play a new position for a reason. Like they see something in you and they believe in you, blah, blah. And he was like, and I'll tell you, I've seen you do it all. He was like, if you can get this playbook down, he was like, I've seen you doing your scout team stuff. Like you're capable of this transition. You
That's
just gotta
crazy.
buy in. And I was like, dang, like the GOAT
The
is
right,
giving
like
me validation.
that's
I was
crazy.
like, I was like, okay, like let me lock in, you know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
from that point, I was just like, okay, I can do this, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that just that validation and that encouragement kind of just propelled me into like full throttle, because I still was salty. I'm like, I could play backer, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, uh-huh.
I want to be out there with the fella, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was like, all right, like guys put me in this position, like let me just make the most of it. And um I was like, I'm basically doing the same thing I was doing on defense. I can't wrap up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I still get
Hmm.
to hit those. I just don't get the right up. And then I got the ball a couple times. I'm like, oh, this is
Ooh,
kind
let
of
me, let me get
fun.
like 2 or 3 yards. Let me get a little flat
Yeah,
route. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, okay, this is kind of
So,
fun.
hey, short down, short yardage, you got to look out for beef, man. He might come,
Yeah,
slip you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to
Exactly.
watch out. Yeah.
But it was fun, like learning it all, but that just that adversity up front just kind of helped me throughout my career, just kind of stay level headed, you know what I'm saying? And almost not expect the worst, but like be ready for the worst, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like because
Prepare for the
I've been
worst.
I've been through the worst. So it's like if it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like if it comes, it comes, but we're not gonna wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right.
and that's kind of what the downfall my first 2 years was. I was kind of like waiting for that time that I was gonna mess up, and then it was gonna be me getting cut. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
for whatever reason.
Hmm.
But I mean, it was definitely a journey, but clearly it was the best decision that
Right.
that I could possibly made for my career, because
Hmm.
8 years later, right? So
Right.
I'm still trying to squeeze out one more year, but the 11th year fullback market is trash. So it's like if it comes, it comes. But regardless, I'm gonna be prepared, right? So
Right. Oh, of course. I know you're gonna be prepared, man. You can't tell nobody that's been through all that
yeah,
from being cut, changing positions, things like that. And I feel like that's what we had in common was I don't think you realized or knew that I changed positions in college, and I
I
think
didn't.
other people didn't know that you changed positions in the NFL. But I
Right.
just think that we had that in common for sure. But when you
Yeah, no,
talk,
I mean it's a testament to who we are as people, you know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
whatever the circumstances, we gonna make it work, right?
yeah,
So
but you
it
got how do you get that though without faith? That's
right,
just that's the
facts.
that's the crazy thing is so
100%.
honestly, you be talking right into my next little question for you too. Like how is that
Yeah.
even possible you know without the faith?
Yeah, no, it's not possible without because during them times, them dog days when I did get that call, you know what I'm saying? It was just like it was very discouraging. But when you got somebody who's behind you 24/7, you know what I'm saying, who's gonna lift you up no matter what, it was like
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm not losing regardless of what happens because I know God got me, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
And so just going through that process, staying prayed up and making sure my mom always told me growing up, like God doesn't put more on your plate than you can handle, right?
Hmm.
And so it was like I could do this. I could. So even going through that transition, I was like, I could do this. And then
Hmm.
even going going through them times I was cut, I'm like, it's back to the drawing board. Like I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And
It was
that's
meant to be. Yeah.
exactly like
Right.
his plan is almighty. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
it's
say if you'd have
our
made the team, or say if you'd have came out and made the team the first 2 years, but then got cut, maybe it would have been different from you, being undrafted and getting cut early. And you, bam,
facts.
okay, I'm on my mom's couch, I'm working out, I'm watching Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying? So if you wasn't at that point and the lowest, not even the lowest, but just like, okay, that's one dream that might be out the window. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So if you on your back end of one of your dreams, it's like, look, I've been there before. Like
right.
now I got my faith in the lion. Like I've been there before. If I go back there again, I still worked hard. I was still believing and I was still going.
Yeah.
So
I still
once
got
you
them values, them principles.
you got your foundation, yeah.
Yes, but speaking of faith, like you know, and even if it's not fresh, like the story with my oldest daughter, like she didn't come into the picture till our third year, right? Our
Mm-hmm.
third year in the league. So
Yeah.
our second year, midway through our second year. So it was like had is God's plan, bro. Like that is a complete testament to God's will and grace. You know what I'm saying? Because the storms that I went through mentally through that whole first 2 years with ball, like that stuff breaks you, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
just ball period for us as professional athletes, like ball becomes life, literally. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's such a cliche statement, but we we mentally from a psychology perspective, like we value it like do or die. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it don't pan out, like we're broken. Like we don't know what's that's all we knew. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about
We
to say,
did
if you play football, if you make it to the league, you've been playing since you were about six. So from six
exactly,
to you about 25, all you know is from June, July, when you got to go to camp, all the way until maybe January or in
right,
high school and stuff. And maybe if you don't go to the playoffs like November, but still, that's half the year of football.
exactly.
And then you
Yeah,
probably basketball is sports in general. But
exactly.
as you get older and as you go farther, it's now it's 12, not 12 months, but 10 months, but you better train those 2 months. You better do
Right,
something. So it's really
right.
it can become a whole yearly thing. And then you tack on the 10 years you did. It's just like that's all you knew. 7:45,
Yeah,
what
no, no, no.
8:40, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's routine. And so like what I was saying about that piece is like it's the mental strain that I went through my first 2 years. If I would have had the pressure of having a baby in the situation that I did, like who knows where I'd be at today?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like who
Yeah.
knows? That might have been the force that tip the scale, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
ultimately and just made it to where I didn't feel like I could get through it. So it's like God didn't put too much on my plate, you know what I'm saying? He put just enough
Just enough.
and staying prayed up and faithful to him, like it's never failed me, bro.
Hmm.
And I to this day, like everything I've been through, like I'm confident that it will never fail me. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
um, it's been a blessing in the journey, bro. But like you said, without our faith, like none of it is possible.
Right. Yeah, man. It's just I feel like he puts everyone through different things at different times too. And like the
Right.
time you'd be like, dang, right now? Come
Right.
on, man. I'm trying to like right now. And then I felt like,
Yeah.
and then that's how I was when mine was more tested. I mean, I've been blessed since I've been drafted because obviously they weren't gonna like cut me early on and then going to the Kansas City Chiefs. So winning the Super Bowl, like all that stuff was just like da 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 da, like just what you pray for, things like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I took on so much when I was younger as a kid and in college and things like that built me to like this. And I'm like, oh, I see it. And so I got to dive in even more to you, Lord. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like I always was a believer, and I don't even know how it became a thing, but I don't know. I just felt it internal. Never really
Yeah.
one moment or a couple moments, and I just gravitated it to so much. And I'm just like, when is it gonna pay off? And then, but then I get a scholarship to last state of Iowa. Like, what? Can you
Right.
imagine if I went to Akron? Who knows what I'd be right now? And
Right.
because I was already drafted, not later, but later in the rounds. But then if I went to another smaller school, they probably would have tacked that on. You know what I mean? I could have been in a
Right.
whole
Right.
different
Your value
place.
wouldn't be as high.
So it was like it all worked out. You're talking about 3 days before signing, and now I signed there and play three, well, you could say 4 years. I missed 3 games, so like 4 years, and then get drafted. So it was just like it was a reason how all that set up. All I did was just show up. You know what I'm saying? I prayed and show
Right.
up, and obviously I was going to work when I'm there. Uh,
Yeah.
but it was like,
Facts.
man, that's when my faith became just crazy, man. It was just like, why me, how me, all these why me. But then I start saying like, forget all that. Just roll with the blessings and bless others.
Yeah.
You
And
know what
be
I'm saying? Be
grateful.
grateful for it. Don't say why. Say how can I help somebody else get in this same situation. I want to see everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was never really about me. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's big time. Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's an accumulation of moments that he just presses upon your heart, and it just he's continuously like strengthening your belief and your faith, literally.
Hmm.
Like it just keeps getting stronger. And that's it's not even like that's just his grace right there and his will, because he don't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Nah.
he does. He does it.
Every time.
And so it's it gives me chills just thinking about his like his power and just what he's capable of. Because like he's definitely moved mountains for us, not even just in football but in life,
In
right?
life.
Like all the stuff that I know you've been through, like with your dynamic and your family and everything, like it's just a testament to all of that. You feel me? And to where we are today, like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm just here to say like the next person that gets in that situation, look, there's a way out of everything, man. You just gotta really lock in, focus on it, and it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
don't think it's gonna be an overnight thing. You know what I mean? Just surround yourself with good people, man, and then
yeah, that's
that's
it.
that's the
That's
main
it.
thing. Like look at somebody and be like, I'm okay with being him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay being him. If you look at
Right,
somebody and you're just like, nah, I don't want that in my life, then you got to get away from it. Get from
right,
around
right.
it. So you
Yeah,
surround
yeah, yeah.
yourself and around people like
It's
that. And
contagious. Energy is contagious
yeah,
and all habits, all of that. You know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
So that's a fact.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
What you been up to? So how was the transition for you? Like, been because I for me, like obviously I don't feel like I'm done yet, but that thing is knocking on the door, right? So the last 4 or 5 years, I think I told you this. I've been trying to just pick dudes' brain who've been through the transition and like the struggles that they went through throughout that process, and like what types of things were the hardest for you, and like what do you feel like got you through those moments, or what was the best thing that's happened for you since your transition?
Oh yeah, we about to go. So I was like this. I mean, I was about to wrap it up. Then you said that, but oh, now we back. Oh yeah, we live. But no, yeah, my transitions was different. So like I always share my transition, but like when I was in my eighth year in Kansas City, I kind of seen how things was playing out. I also
Yeah.
only had 9 years. That's what I wanted, and I don't even know it's so out of a number, literally. But
That's when I seen you before the that was the last time I seen you, was you was going through that time. Like,
yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, look, bro, look, I see what they're doing. I'm gonna try to get one more year, but if it's not for the right price or the right reasons, we have a family, we built in a house, it's our forever home. So it's like all these
yeah,
things adding up. So like I was preparing for the end, if that makes sense. And I was blessed enough to be able to that. And like some people might need
yeah,
another 2 years to build their dream home or another.
right.
So we was in a position to
Doing it
start
on your
building our.
terms.
We're correct, and we was doing that in year 7. We bought land in 7, and I was done in 8, and we was almost done building. So
Yeah,
it was a blessing in that. But I think my biggest thing was the time consuming. Because I mean, and for me, I was always one of the first guys at the building, whether it was injuries or
yep,
whether it just I had to be there early. And I was one of the last ones there, taking care of my body, doing some film studies, for my
yeah.
whole
So
career.
now you left with all this open time.
Yeah. So, and at first I was just training like crazy. I'm over here burning 2,000 calories at 9 a.m. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro, like you got to find other things to do.
yeah,
And I just think for right now is what I'm doing. Well, not me, honestly. I just think this out of my life worked out. It's like we got to take our kids to school now. We're doing a lot of things like me at the podcast. I'm doing the Twitch, the YouTube, the streams, to like
yeah,
fill
yeah, yeah.
these like empty time slots, you can call them, because it's
Yep.
like the normal person works. Let's just say the 9 to 5. You know what I
Right,
mean? If you work at 9, you probably getting in bed by 10 and 11. You really only got 5 hours of a day.
right,
I have 10 to 12 hours a day. So I
right,
just feel that with things like that, and just keep my mind going. Like, I like to play video games. You still got a hobby. Like football wasn't everything. I still game. I'm catching up with all my brothers. Like
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like you can call it a podcast. I call it just catching up. Like it's some things
yep,
I don't know, like the story with you and Wick coming out. Like I never knew that. If I wouldn't,
yeah,
we wouldn't have been on the podcast. I probably never knew that. So things like that, man. I'm just filling the voids up. Well, not voids, just time slots, I should say.
yep,
What things I like to do. Uh, and the kids go to bed at 7:30. They wake up at 7:30 for school. So look, that's
yeah,
about
yeah.
that's about what I was doing anyway. So we,
Man, them kids will take up the time for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they active as heck, and you got a little herd over there growing too. So
yeah.
no,
So
it's
you got four,
I
three,
got three now.
three. Your oldest
Yeah,
Aubrey,
two,
right?
yeah, two in house though. So my youngest, he's two, and then my middle, she's three. So they active as heck.
Yeah.
Just walls, you know what I'm saying? But it's a blessing. Like you talk about filling that void of time, like that's why I say it's been bittersweet, like being out of ball for the first time in September, because it's
Mhm.
like I actually get to spend time. I actually get to wake up with the babies, you know what I'm saying, and like just spend time with them throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a
Mhm.
complete different dynamic than coming home after being at practice all
Drain.
day
Yeah.
and meetings, and then I get my 30 minutes or whatever before they go to bed. You know what I'm
Bed.
saying?
Yeah.
Um, I think it's just a very pivotal time for sure. I know you had mentioned you was getting into real estate and stuff. You still been working on that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I have, to be honest. Shoot, you the main one to talk about it. You got the beefy business that we didn't even cover today. Dang, we got talking about everything else. The beefy business. Yeah, man, you're gonna plug us on something. Give us the basic info because I'll be listening to your words, man. Those some big words. I had to Google a couple of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you done took you went back to
Well,
college. You got all these
it's
diplomas
still
now.
it's still
You
no,
memorizing
I
these
mean,
words in certain situations.
yeah, no,
But
I think
talk to us.
I think that's the whole premise behind beefy business is like just talking the jargon, you know what I'm saying? And like actually just hearing how investment talk sounds, you know what I'm saying? Because it is a
Mhm.
new language, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
regardless if passively investing through your financial advisor or whatever, like you don't really have those high level conversations, you know what I'm saying? So like for me with beefy business is like I'm trying to dumb it down to the level of where I was where I had none of this knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And I've just been fortunate to have a couple mentors in the real estate space and VC space to like kind of bring me up to speed. But like, bro, all this stuff is it's very black and white. It's just a lot of moving pieces, right? So
Hmm.
once you learn all the different moving pieces, like it's literally as black and white as it gets. But like the premise behind beefy business, I'm like right now I'm doing my real estate segment, but I'm gonna start rolling out my venture capital stuff. And then I'm gonna talk about insurance. I'm gonna talk about um estate planning, like wills and trusts, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a majorly overlooked
Oh, for sure.
piece for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like people not setting up the transfer of wealth just in the case that something bad happens, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's big time, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? No matter how much money you got or made or whatever, like
Hmm.
if you can't pass it on fluidly, then it don't mean nothing, right?
Then
So
you never made
yeah,
it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
all that work for nothing.
Hmm.
But really like what I'm passionate about, like what I'll probably end up doing after ball, aside from the little VC stuff that I do is the real estate stuff on the commercial side. And like my mentor, she when she introduced me to the triple net lease space, I was just like flabbergasted on like how that whole industry works because like I didn't understand that like all the little fast food restaurants that we go eat at every day,
Hmm.
none of them own the building that they work in, right? So these businesses literally rent that building from an investor who owns the building. So it's
Okay.
like so it's like think about a rental property. Like you got Joe Schmo living in your apartment that you got in Deep Ellum or whatever, and he's paying you monthly rent. It's literally the same exact thing, but the structure is different, right? It's less stress on the landlord because Joe Schmo just pays you rent. He don't got to
Hmm.
think about nothing else. If his sink break, his toilet clog, like he calling you, right? You
Yeah.
got to deal with it.
Hmm.
Well, on a triple net lease space, if Chick-fil-A call me, I mean, if Chick-fil-A's bathroom clogs up or they stove blows up or whatever, or somebody breaks the window,
Hmm.
they gotta worry about all that. Like,
Ooh.
don't call me. Like in our lease agreement, the triple, the three in triple stands for taxes, maintenance, and insurance. Those are the three main expenses in real estate that you have to
Okay.
deal with as a landlord, as an owner.
Hmm.
So all of those three expenses fall on the tenant versus the owner, the
Hmm.
landlord.
Okay.
So that's the difference between it. And like when you understand that dynamic, like it's literally mailbox money.
Yeah.
So
What is it for the owner though? So is that like is that like a lease to rent or a lease to own type?
for the owner, you own the building. You just own the walls. You own the land that property is
Oh,
on.
no, I'm talking about the person that's using it. Like who, like you said, you know
The
what I'm saying?
tenant.
The tenant. Yeah. What is it for
So
them? So why are they buying these places? What is it for them?
So why would they not own the building is kind of what you're asking. They don't want to. So if Chick-fil-A was to own the buildings that they work in,
Hmm.
and they would have to spend millions of dollars to buy the land, build the building.
Because how many Chick-fil-A's there is? I got you.
Exactly. So instead of doing that, think of the dynamic also as an owner when you own your house, right?
Hmm.
So you tax you get tax benefits off of the depreciation of the house. You get tax benefits off of, I don't know if you have a mortgage on the house, but your mortgage payments, all that stuff, you get tax benefits from that stuff as an owner of the house, right?
Hmm.
Well, they because you're paying that stuff, but Chick-fil-A won't get those tax benefits from a rent perspective, right?
Got you.
You
Yeah.
don't you don't you don't get tax benefits from your rent because you own the house, right?
Hmm.
So essentially they get to keep that the millions of dollars that it would cost to buy and build the building.
Hmm.
Also, they get the write-off from the taxes of the rent
Got
and,
you.
and those expenses, and they keep that money in their pocket and use it for business expenses.
Yeah. So if something did go wrong in the toilet or someone did break a wall or break a window, they can use that extra money that they use
Yeah, they
that they
fix it.
had and they just fix it. Yeah.
Exactly. As a business. And
Yeah.
then as the landowner, like you collecting that mailbox money rent, you
Hmm.
don't have to worry about none of that.
So
You know
it
what I'm
probably
saying?
works better for both parties.
100% is a
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship. So
Yeah.
both parties benefit from it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So like when I understood that, I'm like, but then you also you consider the market risk of like inflation and COVID pandemics, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have a Joe Schmo in your building, he may not be able to pay rent if COVID hits.
Mm.
But if you got Chipotle in your building, Chipotle is gonna pay that rent no matter
No
what.
matter what. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
when you view it from that perspective, it's like the security in these investments is like at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no risk in it
Yeah.
because like I'll tell you a crazy story. One of the investors that is in our fund, he actually owns his own triple net property already. It's a Dollar General. You know what that is, right? Like the
Hmm.
dollar store.
Yeah. We got
Well,
those all in the rain.
yeah. So I think he owned one in Iowa, bro. Like literally, I think it was in Iowa. It's somewhere in the Midwest. He owned one of those. And he's watching the news one day and he sees like the headlines like tornado rips through Dollar General in blah 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 city. And he's like, hold on, that's my building. Like, what the hell? So
No way.
he calls up the owner, not the owner, he calls up Dollar General and it's like, yo, like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on with my building? And they're like, don't worry about it. Like, we're already halfway through the process of rebuilding it. Like, you're gonna get a brand new building. And he never noticed it because they contractually through the lease have to continue to pay that rent.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it was gonna flow no matter what. So he
Yeah.
didn't even have to call. He would have never knew. He might
Even
have popped up at the store one day and then
like,
have a brand new store.
oh, that's a nice store.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So he not only did that happen, but he got a brand new building on this property. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like just from an understanding perspective of the risk, it's like there's not much risk if you like do the right mitigation on it and have a good tenant and everything in place. But I mean the real estate space is just crazy because what I've learned is like it's all relationship based. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're good with people and you can talk to people, rub elbows with the right people, like that's how deals flow in that period. Like it's not about what you know, like are you book smart, blah blah. Like, no, it's like if this guy likes me better than this guy, like he's gonna do business with me over him. You know what I'm
Relationships
saying?
for sure.
Yeah, and like from a athlete perspective, like that's what we do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
locker room talk. We shoot the shit, we
Yeah.
play ping pong, whatever, blah blah, and then we go do business on the field together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Same game. It's the
Yeah.
same thing, bro. So like that's why I always push guys to tap into the space like more diligently because there's opportunity there. Some dudes can be naturals at real estate. You just got to get your license, and the barrier to entry to get your real estate license nowadays is so minimal, bro. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta study. It's like learning a playbook, bro. Like
Yeah.
you learn the playbook and then you have your preseason game, a test. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then you get your certificate and you're a real estate agent. You One misconception is like for me, even what I used to think was like to be in commercial real estate, I had to get a commercial real estate license. No, the real estate license is the same real estate license that Jenny who sells luxury real estate in Atlanta and
Okay. I didn't know
does.
that.
It's the same
Yeah.
salesperson real estate license, bro. It just people find their niche and
Yeah.
their expertise is in, and then they focus on
I was
that.
about to
You
say
know,
just branch off to the whatever they focused on. Yeah.
exactly. Some people focus on houses, some people focus on apartment buildings, some people focus on retail triple net lease, like I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like it's really there's so much opportunity within that because you can pivot quickly. If you
Yeah.
don't want to do houses no more, try something else out. You
I
know what
was
I'm
about to say
saying?
go get some land, go try profit, go try commercial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a thousand different plays within real estate. Like you could
Hmm.
be on the lending side, you could be on the land development side where you're even just prepping the dirt and everything for builders to come in and build the building. Like
Hmm.
there's money at every step. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you can find what you enjoy and you're passionate about or are good at, like then you can thrive in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
For
like,
sure.
but it's all about who you know and access. So just like a ball with relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So but that's why I get excited with the whole real estate piece. But there's one outdated philosophy a lot of us have is like as ball players is like let me get to this number and then like I'll be set for
I'm
life,
safe. I'm done. Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
But like what people don't realize is like once you get to that number, bro, like capital is king.
Hmm.
And if you get access to the right stuff, that number can triple so easily, bro.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Or it doesn't. You still living your own life, but your number don't go down. You know what I'm saying? Say if you have a number or whatever, you
no,
know.
yeah, no,
So
100%.
because sometimes that takes years to double and triple. So it's like for beginners, it's like you're trying to make your money work for you or don't depreciate, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's so if you lived a whole year of your life and you still around the same ballpark and you played your tax,
Yeah, it's not gonna move. It's
so
sustainable.
and then
But that's what I'm saying is like even to to be satisfied with being sustainable is is just it's just a lack of knowledge because you can go with the same risk that you do doing something that's sustainable,
mhm,
that's something that triples your money in 5 years.
correct.
I'm telling you, like I've seen it. I've seen like how that big white money,
Hmm.
like the good old boys club, the Jerry Joneses,
Yeah.
like that's what they do with their money, you know what I'm saying? And like
Hmm.
once you start to understand that and learn it, it's like, oh, like there's other stuff out there that can really make my stuff go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's what I'm like right now for me is like I'm trying to build my nest egg up to where I can start really doubling, tripling it,
Triple, yeah,
and going
yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
But
No doubt. Dang, man. That's crazy though, because honestly, I didn't know none of those things about the real estate. I mean, I just been good on real estate because I happened to go to another team and had to stay in my house and then got
yeah,
released. So it's been good, but I haven't really tapped back into it in detail as in like getting my license. But man, that's something I'm
yeah. I mean,
definitely got to look into it like even
it's not.
more.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say it's for everybody, but I'm just saying like it's a good option to look into for a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
especially just being thorough on what's out there. Like, people don't know about the triple net lease space because the people in it don't want you to know about it. It's like the golden ticket, bro.
It's
Like,
like, hey, y'all stay away. Like, that's only
yeah,
for
like
us.
let me keep tripling my money.
Hmm.
So, and it's a stingy mindset. It's a what's it called? A scarcity mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
but it's 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 a facade because that that industry is not scarce. Like
Mm.
there's so much bread that everybody can eat. And those is eating like crazy.
I'm about to say,
And
just
it's
think how many buildings there is in the world. Just think how many like complexes,
exactly,
food chains, and gym
exactly
chains.
how does Subway have 5,000 locations? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like these deals are gonna flow no matter what the market situation is.
Yeah.
Recession, success. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. Like this big money, big business is gonna keep flowing no
Right.
matter what. And so once you get tapped in on that level, like it's the money gets crazy.
Right. All right, beef, man. Man, look at him, man. This dude, he done grew up and everything. Look, he got a beard now.
I got time, man. That's it. I just got extra time. So like you said, I'll be filling my voids
And
with
learning, man. I like
with
it.
learning. Exactly. Just
Yeah.
trying to stack that knowledge. But that's why I'm trying to share it with the beefy businesses because everybody needs to know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And people don't want you to know it.
Right.
But also people don't take the time. And I'm glad that you said that you like Google stuff that I be talking about on there or
Hmm.
whatever. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Hmm.
because you're not gonna understand every word, but the more you learn it and get reps, like then it'll start to make sense. And
Hmm.
once it makes sense, it's like, oh, okay, like that's what's up. You know
And
what
they
I'm
use the
saying?
same words, you know what I'm saying? But it's like once you learn the prefix of the word or the actual word, they might use it in a different way in
Yeah,
the
and
context clues, but
it
you
might
you'll
it
get it.
might be the same word as some easier that they could have said, but it's like
Yeah.
that's not how they say it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Yeah. It's like
but
code
but
talk.
once well, exactly. But once you understand it, it's like, oh, these are just dumb. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just like
Hmm.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like it's crazy and that's what the misconception on all of this stuff is like, bro, we all should be talking this language especially so we don't get manipulated with, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
dudes will send me decks and stuff now, and I can evaluate on myself just because I've had the repetition of like understanding what a ROI is and all
Hmm.
that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just an I internal rate of revenue, like all that stuff, internal rate of return, all that stuff is just like it's just cold talk, like you said. It's
Yeah.
cold talk, bro.
Yeah.
But it's all about reps and practice, but it'll come.
For sure. For sure. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. We about to wrap up. I had it for yeah, we got 4 more minutes left. Hour and a half. Dang, I should have put it for two. I didn't know we were gonna be talking like this. Dang, all right. But yeah,
It been
for
a minute
sure.
when brothers link up, man.
I know, man. Crazy, bro. We gotta get a part two, man. Are you still gaming?
Fact.
Well, we got a couple minutes. You still gaming or no? Come on.
I do I got the oh, it's not on right now, but
I
I
got
got
the
I got the projector. I got the projector. I'll be on the NCAA Call of Duty, but that's about it right now.
Okay, man. You
I
said
know
the
you. I
Xbox.
see you be on the Madden, crazy.
Look, man, I'm trying to do it all. Like I got the podcast here, the Zoom here, my game is like right there. So it's like
What
that's what
what's
I
your go to on the game right now?
honestly I'm just trying to play them all so everyone can gravitate to one or the other. And it really
Oh,
I'm just playing, but I'm just trying to talk to the chat. Like it's kind of like
yeah,
this, but it's on the gaming side. You know what I'm saying? Because some
yeah,
people don't want to sit at and listen to two people just sit down in a chair and talk. But if
right,
they can
right,
watch
right.
the game and like overhear, that's another way. Or if it's like, oh, it's a podcast setting, like the one I had with Ty, because you and RJ are more on the Zoom, but Ty was like actually in here sitting down. That's more of a pleasing background. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah,
can look at different things and stuff like
yeah.
that. So, I mean, I'm just trying to do it all in all different avenues. And someone will gravitate to something. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah, definitely.
So I even
Keep
got a
that up.
TikTok, man. Come on, bro. I thought TikTok was for dancers. So
I
you know
I
I didn't
know.
get it.
No, yeah, hey, keep it up though, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
man.
good content, you know what I'm saying? Just figuring out ways to, because I mean that's my struggle is like really it was just getting started for one. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like once you get started, like I think it'll start to flow, but also just keeping up with the content, that's another challenge. But um I think it's good. I think it's God's work when you can provide value to people for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Like,
others, you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, it's like literally like, what is it doing? Like, it's no different than a FaceTime to be.
yeah,
You know what
you
I'm
just
saying? Like,
keep
so
playing the
it's
game. Something you do,
right
whether you streaming or not. So
for sure. But the last thing I do need from you is since you're a special guest, I need three things or two things that people don't know about you. So I can be like, I can have people guess. So once they see this show, they're gonna see us talking about it and they're gonna be like, oh dang, that's what key. But I need two things or three things that people won't know about you.
this is after
This is gonna be
after
before. This is gonna be
oh,
posted all the
okay.
way until Friday. This is probably gonna get released Friday.
Okay.
So I'm like, y'all gotta guess, man. He's da. Oh, he two positions in the NFL, or one position, or played different position than high school, something like that, or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Uh I think one of them uh for sure you can just do the position piece. Like
uh,
most people don't know me as linebacker beef. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
unless they follow me in college, or before that. But even if
Nicknames of protein. I like
right,
that.
and then you could say that I'm a licensed real estate professional in two different states,
Ooh, that's a big one.
Georgia and Florida.
Ooh, bet. All right. I'm trying to blow it up. Tag beefy 31. No, beefy business. You spell that
Yes,
differently,
sir.
don't you?
Is my IG is beefy dot business, and
Beefy
then
dot business. Check
yeah,
them out, y'all.
yes sir, and then beef 31
And then beefy 31.
on the IG.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming in again. I need your address. I'm gonna have you a hat
Yes sir, I
in the
can't wait.
mail soon. Appreciate you for sure. We're gonna
Oh.
have a part two. I gotta make it longer, man. See, I need more guys on here. Kirk over there, Will over there, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
no,
some talks,
facts.
and
Just
we
you could call it locker room talk. Just
locker room talk. Like this
the
week's gonna be,
A5 family.
ooh, hey, look, don't tempt me.
Yeah, no, that'd be lit. That'd be lit. We can reminisce on
Oh
we
man.
won't talk we
I
won't
won't,
talk
I
about
won't, I
Vegas.
won't go live. I don't know. I won't go live. That might have to be recorded,
Right.
save.
Right, right.
For sure. But I appreciate you, brother, man.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Real talk. If I can support in any way, just let me know. Reach out, bro.
All
Real
right,
talk.
same.
All right, Brody. Love you,
I
bro.
love you too, man. Be easy.